Good evening everyone. Today I will explain you the concept of sustainability and its relation with the modern supply chain management. The world has limited resources. Resources such as clean water, forest and soil will recover itself at a much slower rate when compared to the development and affection of the humankind. In near future, with a growing population and high demand, the earth will find it difficult to sustain itself. So what is sustainability? Sustainability is improving the quality of human life while living within the carrying capacity of the earth supporting ecosystems. For humans, sustainability is the answer to survival and maintenance of its kind, and it has ecological, economic, political and cultural dimensions to it. First, we need to understand the system of sustainability and its three different dimensions. Firstly, the ecosystems and the environment is important for all living creatures, whether humans or animals. Secondly, economics, which includes the social and environmental consequences of economic activities. Thirdly, the social aspects, which include cultural, health-related and financial aspects. According to the supply chain sustainability published by United Nations Global Compact, sustainable supply chain is the management of environmental, social and economic impacts and the encouragement of good governance practice throughout the life cycles of products and services. According to Slack and Chambers, the definition of supply chain management is the management of interconnection of organizations which relate to each other through upstream linkages between the processes and produce value to the ultimate consumer in the form of products and services. The sustainability plays an important role in the supply chain management today. It can be affected by sustainability in terms of environment, risk and wastage costs. Many companies now realize that sustainable supply chain is no longer an optional nice to have. It is a business imperative and critical for the success of an organization. It can be helpful for organizations to integrate sustainability in the supply chain management to realize long-term development. Here is how technology is related with supply chain. It enables the effective communication from outbound to inbound logistics, which provides the ability to track shipments, expected delivery dates, demand forecast accurately, and better coordination with the supply chain. Effective interpersonal communication will eliminate bullwhip effect, which refers to the miscommunication externally. Another aspect to note is that it also empowers just-in-time inventory management, which reduces the risk of inventory becoming out of date in storage. So what actually drives the behavior of supply chain? It's all due to these problems. Firstly, the limitation of resources. Secondly, the increase in company competitive and operational efficiency. Thirdly, increase in customer demand and ability to control inventory. And lastly, additional commercial issues like energy consumption and global warming. Because of all such issues, organizations have started to recognize the importance of sustainability. Now moving on to the components of the supply chain, there are two major parts of logistics. First, the inbound logistics is the management of transferring raw material to the storage, while outbound logistics refer to the management of transportation and storage of finished goods to the consumers. During each process in supply chain, there are some issues relating to the sustainability, such as limitation of resources, wastage of material, and bullwhip effect. The answer to all such problems is to add value to each process to enable sustainable supply chain. For example, reserve logistics plus inventory management can reduce wastage and costs. Another crucial behavior is the inventory management, which can reduce cost of transportation, warehouse storage and fuel usage, etc. Here is the link between operational management and supply chain. Operations management focuses internally primarily on activities that happen within the company, including managing the daily operations and workflow. However, supply chain management works with external partners in order to produce a product till the delivery to the ultimate consumers. Both fields are connected with ensuring that business runs efficiently and effectively. Now I will talk about the problems faced by the organizations implementing a sustainable supply chain. It can broadly be classified into two different categories, internal and external. So here are the internal concerns of a business. It requires redesigning of products, processes and business models to meet the requirement of sustainability. It also requires constant innovation, commitment from company leadership and realization that it is an indefinite process. Education of employees in order to show them economic and social benefits of sustainability. Audits needs to be conducted and which should focus on energy usage, environmental cost, water usage, etc. And it has a cost constraint to it. Development of new technologies to meet the demands and challenges of sustainability. Advanced renewable technologies must be a priority. Heavy research and development is required to improve efficiency and effectiveness of operations. It has been noticed that there is a lack of visibility or transparency beyond the first or second tier of the value chain, largely because of the confidentiality of the supply chain. And lastly, the complexity of organizational structure, which makes it more difficult to implement a sustainable supply chain. According to a study by Harvard Business Review, only 50% of the internal suppliers were confident about the sustainability performance of their suppliers. As you can see, the number continuously goes down. Only 10% of the third-tier suppliers are confident about the sustainability initiatives of the suppliers. Here are the external concerns of a business. Consumers are now more aware and concerned about nature now. Although consumers declare that sustainability in a product is important to them, but there is a very little evidence that it actually has a major effect on their buying habits. Companies don't always get credit for their sustainability initiatives. Another problem is the regulatory compliance. There are laws and regulations which bind an organization. And the most important problem is that there is no way to measure impact of sustainability initiatives of a company. And lastly, the current economic realities that there is a need to run lean. Here is another study which shows that 92% of the companies publicly share their sustainability goals. 74% of the companies make sustainability brand promise, but only 20% of the companies ensure sustainability throughout their value chain. So here is a simple case study to support a definition. The company we chose is Lipton. According to Wotherspoon, the director of Lipton insists that we can create a win-win situation with an integrated, effective and seamless supply chain. Lipton is a famous global tea brand. It has developed a strong corporate relation in sustainability management. Lipton established a sustainable agricultural program which covers three aspects: people, profit and planet. For example, the effects on water, energy, pesticide used, biodiversity, social capital are all being taken into account. In 2007, Unilever picked the Rainforest Alliance as the third-party certification of plantation. The Rainforest Alliance is an international non-profit organization and it works to ensure sustainable livelihoods. To meet the sustainable requirements, Lipton encouraged its farmers to grow crops and manage land sustainably. The Rainforest Alliance requires Lipton to meet standards in worker welfare, farm management and environmental protection. As a result, Rainforest Alliance will ensure that tea in each bag of Lipton is 100% sustainably sourced and grown. Furthermore, Lipton announced that all the Lipton tea sold globally will be certified by 2015. From raw material aspects, Lipton sources its tea from both its own plantation and from the open market. Lipton has its own plantation in Kenya, Tanzania and Sri Lanka. By owning plantation in different countries, Lipton has diversified its supply risk. For example, changing climate condition and other political factors. Lipton's own plantations allows it to experiment with new growing and harvesting techniques to constantly improve its product. In addition to its own plantation, Lipton sources its tea from open market from more than 35 countries to mitigate its supply risk. Furthermore, the company has introduced environmental friendly slip sheets to replace the wooden pallets that were traditionally used to transport tea products throughout the world. The slip sheets are thinner than the traditional wooden pallets. Thus it provides more space available to a container. It actually helped them to cut down 10% of the transportation and fuel costs. In the meanwhile, it also reduces the impact on the environment. By doing this, they have eliminated any possible risk from wood-related infestation on the tea during the shipping process. To summarize, Lipton is doing an excellent job in terms of sustainability of its supply chain. From environment protection aspect, Lipton is also contributing towards the innovation and health of raw material. Experimenting with its own plantation in order to make it a healthy product, use of slip sheets to minimize cost, and care for the raw material to reduce the supply risk are the prominent examples. In addition, the company is also focusing to increase the health level of its consumers by providing the best and standardized quality and enabling long-term relationship with the consumers and the society. The company's intention in the 21st century is to transform Lipton into a healthy beverage brand in Asia. The benefits includes its presence of antioxidants, the hydrating effects of tea, the absence of calories. In future, the company claims that it will continue to make efforts towards the long-term sustainable development. Thank you. Hope you liked our presentation. Here are our group members, and now you can see references. Thank you. Stop it.